At the altar, my sister smiled and said, "Before you say I do, I'm pregnant, and it's your groom's baby." The crowd gasped. I froze. Then my 9-year-old niece stood up and said, "That's a lie. I can prove it." The room went silent. My sister Monica had always competed with me for everything. Growing up, she was the pretty one, the popular one. I was the nerdy one who actually had to work for things. When she got pregnant at 19, our parents threw her a baby shower that cost more than my college graduation party. When I finally got engaged to Michael after dating for 3 years, she insisted on being my maid of honor despite us barely speaking for 2 years. I should have known something was off when she suddenly started being overly nice during wedding planning. She volunteered to help with everything, showed up to dress fittings, even threw me a bridal shower. My friends thought she'd matured. I wanted to believe them. The wedding day was perfect until it wasn't. 200 guests, string quartet, flowers I'd spent months choosing. Michael looked incredible in his navy suit. My dad walked me down the aisle, and I actually felt like the protagonist in my own life for once. Then came the vows. The Reverend asked Michael if he took me as his wife. He said I'd do without hesitation, looking at me like I was the only person in the room. Then the Reverend turned to me, "And Elizabeth, do you take Michael?" That's when Monica stepped forward. She positioned herself right between us, this weird, satisfied smile on her face. "Wait," she said, her voice carrying through the whole church. Before she answers, there's something everyone needs to know. I'm pregnant. The gasps were immediate. I felt my dad grab my arm. Monica pressed her hand to her completely flat stomach and looked directly at Michael. "And it's your baby, Michael. The groom's baby. We've been sleeping together for 6 months. I have the ultrasound in my purse if anyone wants proof." The church exploded. Michael's mom started crying. My mom looked like she might pass out. Michael's face went from confused to horrified, not guilty, just completely baffled. He opened his mouth to respond, but that's when Isla stood up. She was sitting in the third row wearing the purple dress Monica had complained was too expensive. Isla walked down the aisle, her footsteps echoing in the sudden quiet. "Mom, that's not true," she said, her voice steady and loud. Monica's smile faltered. "Isla, sit down right now." But Isla kept walking until she was standing next to me at the altar. She looked out at the crowd. My mom wasn't dating anyone 6 months ago. She was living with Grandma and Grandpa because she got fired from her job at the salon. "Remember, Aunt Lizzie? You helped her pay rent for 3 months." I did remember. Monica had called me crying, said she was broke and needed help. I'd sent her money without telling Michael because I didn't want him to think my family was a mess. Monica's face went from confident to pale in seconds. "Isla, that's enough," she hissed. Isla pulled out her phone. "And she's not pregnant. I heard her practicing this whole speech in the bathroom last night. She was on the phone with her friend Melissa. She said she wanted to ruin Aunt Lizzie's wedding because Uncle Michael's family has money, and Aunt Lizzie doesn't deserve to be happier than her." The church erupted again, but differently this time. Angry voices, people yelling at Monica. Michael's father, a lawyer, was already on his phone. My mother stood up, her face twisted with rage I'd never seen before. My father moved between Monica and Isla like he thought she might attack her own daughter. "You little brat," Monica spat at Isla. "I gave you everything. You forgot my last 3 birthdays," Isla said quietly. "Aunt Lizzie sent me presents even when you told her not to. She's the only one who actually remembers I exist." "Security," Michael's father called out. 2 ushers were already moving toward Monica. She tried to grab Isla's arm, but my father blocked her. "This was a joke," Monica shouted as they escorted her out. "It was supposed to be funny. You people have no sense of humor." The church stayed silent for a long moment after she was gone. Then Isla looked up at me, tears in her eyes. "I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I didn't know if you'd believe me." I hugged her, not caring that I was wrinkling my dress. Michael put his hand on her shoulder. "You just saved us both," he said. The Reverend cleared his throat. "Well," he said, his voice shaking slightly, "should we continue?" I looked at Michael. He nodded. Isla stood between us, her hand in mine. We finished the ceremony 20 minutes later with Isla as my new maid of honor. When the Reverend said, "You may kiss the bride," the whole church stood and cheered. At the reception, Isla never left my side. "You always remembered my birthday when Mom forgot," she whispered during our first dance. "I got you, Aunt Lizzie." 3 months later, I officially started adoption paperwork for Isla. Monica didn't fight it.